Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. Ether chart hasn't really moved a lot. This is the daily chart. We want to start with that as we're heading into the weekend, probably preparing for a boring weekend, to be honest. We have on this chart still a series of so-called 1-2 setups. 1-2 setups are the setups that we as Elliott Wave traders are looking for, because after a wave 2 is finished, we typically get quite a bit of a rally in the opposite direction, in this case, obviously to the upside in a 5-wave move here in this wave 1. This is a bit of a questionable wave 1, so we could also take 1-1-2 setup out and see all of this as wave 1, okay? That is just more of an academic question at the moment, not so important for trading at all, and I'm already considering a deeper pullback anyway. So I rather prepare you for a deeper pullback, and I would suggest everybody adopts that mindset. Very, very important for risk management, and if the price turns to the upside a little earlier, even better, okay? So again, what you cannot predict, you can manage with tactics. Very, very important. You have to be prepared for surprise rallies, especially in the current condition. I'm very clear that we're tracking a bullish scenario. So if the market turns to the upside earlier, it is in line with our scenario on the daily time frame. Very important, we are prepared for a move to the upside in a third wave. However, we haven't got enough evidence to suggest it has started yet. Very, very important. The price is, and you can see that here, caught below a trend line, you could say. There are a few trend lines you can draw here. This one, only 2 touch points, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get there at some point, and that might be around about 1850. That could be reached with the next swing high if we really get 5 waves up, which we talked about. Not that we get them, but that's definitely one of the likely scenarios. Then we might find some resistance here around $1,900. Another way to draw a trend line is basically here. And you can see that the price is currently trying to get above it. Actually, it did get above it, retesting it from above. Now, how meaningful that trend line is, I don't know. There are also only 2 touch points. Okay, we're now retesting it from above. Something to watch out for. And as you know, we are tracking a potential 5-wave move on the lower time frame to the upside. But the market would need to turn around ideally next week, and then we get 5 waves up, which is not ruled out. And it's also pretty much in line, even in line with a scenario where we could sell off later. Why? Because this B wave that you see here obviously is part of a larger A, B, C correction. The way the B wave is positioned now, it could have topped and would break down. But we need some evidence for that, and especially a break below 1560 would support this idea, okay? But we haven't got that. So at the moment, the subdivisions of this wave B would just simply be a WXY structure. WXY, 3, 3, 3. It's a pattern that Bitcoin and Ethereum follow quite frequently. However, it could simply turn into an A, B, C structure where the C wave is a 5-wave move and the B wave gets reset higher. That's completely fine and also in line with resistance levels for the B wave. As you can see here, I need to adjust them actually. So 1908 is still a key resistance level and a very, very likely resistance level for this B wave. Yeah. So therefore, even if we get 5 waves up, it could just be part of a larger 3-wave move. And if we get a high B wave, it's absolutely not invalid or anything. It would just still be part of this overall scenario in which the market could sell off later. So that's why I always say, unless we get 5 waves up and 3 waves down, and the 3-wave down move is an ABC structure or a WXY, a corrective structure, that's the main thing, in which we're holding a higher low. Until we see that, we still need to be prepared for lower prices, right? So that's really the structure we want to see. And it really is all, you know, it depends on you how much confirmation you want. Actually, the price got rejected at the 50% retracement level there. So it is possible that this B wave topped, right? We just haven't got enough evidence because we haven't seen that bearish follow through this week. And we can take a look at that now on the shorter time frame. Very important. I'm not ruling out that a low is in, but we need to see that evidence. 5 waves up, 3 waves down. This is a shorter time frame. Not much happened here. Honestly, not much happened. So it's it's pretty boring movement at the moment. The market might have topped, as I said, in this B wave here early in the week. The move down is a 5-wave move. So I'm very much tracking The yellow wave count, not high confidence, but still the preferred one. The yellow one would send us down lower, which I showed you just on the larger time frame as the bearish wave count, short-term bearish. But the resistance for this bearish wave count is at 1726, which means as long as the price stays below 1726, it should follow here the more direct pathway to the downside. And we should complete this C wave, which on the daily chart, you see here, it's just different color, C wave, yeah, below 1726. This is micro resistance. And if the price gets above 1726, yeah, then I'm very open for the price to reach that trend line potentially even in the white wave count. It's actually very simple. Below 1726, I'm looking for lower. Above 1726, I'm looking for higher. If we zoom into even more detail, it could be that this circle wave 2, which is a corrective rally, is just simply extending a little higher in a flat structure. It doesn't need to go any higher, also has done what it needs to do. Ethereum is much weaker than Bitcoin, and also the bulls and the bears are fighting here, but the bears seem to be a bit stronger on the Ethereum chart, whereas Bitcoin is really, really balanced. Bitcoin didn't have any bearish follow through. Ether more, okay? So the bearish setups that are shared this week on Ether, they had follow through. Bitcoins worked out initially, but they didn't get the follow through later. So, you know, one of them is lying basically. Yeah, but there is not much more to add. So if in the next few days, I guess we'll just see sideways movement over the weekend. Probably not that much price action. Maybe this wave 2 will get wrapped up, yeah, and then we see a breakdown early next week. But 1726 is the key pivot point really to watch. And besides that, yeah, there is not much more to add. Just be aware that if we get this fifth wave to the upside, it could take us up to around about $1,900. So yeah, that's my update about ETH. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. And if you're interested in the channel membership, every Sunday there's a live stream. So we do that one tomorrow again. You get access to Discord and Telegram, as well as lots of educational content about Elliott Wave trading mindset. As a gold member, you also get access to short-term market updates. And if you're interested in the S&P 500, as well as regular updates about 20 stocks and shares, then check out our stocks and S&P 500 service that we launched this week. The link is also in the description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.